our Sprint Cup drivers getting ready for tomorrow night's Can-Am Duel at Daytona. Here are the fast speeds. Michael McDowell catching up to that pack at 200 miles per hour. Trevor Bayne, Ricky Stenhouse. A couple of Fords up there.
Yeah, we always talk about the draft being the equalizer, and to me, that's what makes the Gatorade Duel races so neat, and it especially the Daytona 500, because I look at Michael McDowell.
Can-Am Duel,
25th in single car runs on Sunday. Now he's quickest. But
I like to call them Gatorade Duels
he's 11th
myself.
right now in that 98 car. If you go back
Brendan
to
Leonard, Budweiser shootout,
qualified
whatever.
37th out of 44 cars. The draft is the equalizer. That's why we say if you're in it, you can win it.
Yeah, it's just amazing how it seems like when we go to Daytona and Talladega, the little teams have the most success that they do anywhere else. They hang around in the right spots. They maybe not fast enough to get up there and lead a little bit, but they're always in the right place at the right time to be able to take advantage of anything that happens, and they can weave their way through it, and they come home with great finishes.
No, you're absolutely right, EW.
And we talked about Martin Truex, Brian Vickers, and Kevin Harvick having to drop to the back of their dual lineup because their times were disallowed. Here's another car going to the back tomorrow night. Jamie?
Well, I just poked my head in to talk to NASCAR to see if there had been any issues. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr., they had a mechanical issue with his gearing, so they changed the gear. He will start in the back of his duel tomorrow night. The 16 is also a concern. Greg Biffle, they're waiting to get word if they're going to need to change his gear as well.
Thanks, Jamie. There's the bit.
Looks like you're about ready to have some Nashville hot chicken.
Looks like quite a few cars have finally maybe had enough being in that big group. Maybe they learned what they needed to learn. Plus, there's a couple rookies that start getting up towards the front and definitely taking, a lot of different action, trying to side draft and learn a few things. And I'm just wondering if some of those drivers said, you know what, I think I learned what I needed to learn.
We had a meeting with NASCAR, and they almost treat this like 2 race weekends. From the time we get here until after the Gatorade Duels, that's like 1 race weekend. You have to stay with the same engine, transmission, and gear. Now, after the dual races, as long as it's in there before final practice on Saturday, they will let you change the engine and the transmission and the gear. Obviously, they're having to change the gear before the duels. That's why will have to go to the rear field. Only for the duel, though, not the Daytona 500.
Thanks, Larry. Michael Annette tracking along the Matthew Benedetto, who's already locked himself into the 500. Michael McDowell, top of the speed chart.